Matthew Cardinale, Charles Johnson, and Charles Ong, please come forward.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. First, I wanted to make sure you all saw my opinion piece in Street Roots newspaper, Multnomah County must go further to address housing crisis, in which I call for my two faves, rent control and affordable housing impact statements. Now, with respect to the Citizen Involvement Committee, it has been nearly 90 days since you all began your official delay on several appointments to the CIC, which is now down to 5 members, even as a November referendum would expand the powers of this office. I have demanded that you all take action on these stalled appointments and explain the ways in which your actions and inactions have undermined the independence of the CIC. The ordinance does not state how many days you get to decide, but if this were a zoning case, we would be getting into the range of a mandamus action. As you know, the guiding principles of statutory construction tell us to look at the plain language of any ordinance, and only when the plain language is insufficient, whether it's contradictory, vague, or leading to an absurd result, would we go beyond that. There's a great deal of concern regarding your all's purported reasons for the continued holdups. Now, Code Section 3.251 says the Office of Citizen Involvement shall, quote, communicate with various organizations to encourage a wide variety of volunteers. Brenda and Gary were doing that. Even I was doing that, so we can just check that one off. Now, the office shall notify nominating groups when there's a vacancy for which they have nominating responsibility. The ordinance does not state how that notification is to happen, how this responsibility is to come about. It does not say commissioners have a right to feel comfortable, that you all have a right to a list of nominating groups. It does not say it has to be on letterhead, or that it needs to be accompanied by a bio or a cover letter or an act of Congress. The flexibility and discretion over how to notify nominating groups is clearly with the office and the committee, who have the expertise to determine how to do appropriate outreach and how to really convince people to want to serve on this committee. So the office shall receive nominations, check, and the office shall forward the nominations to the board for appointment. Check, for appointment. What does for appointment mean, plainly? It does not mean for filibuster. It does not mean for picking and choosing for any substantive reason. You all know this analysis. You do this all the time. I have a nomination letter here for Sonny Walker from the New Song Community Church. CIC bylaws Article 2 state nominations come from, quote, community associations. Check. And if they prayed on this nomination, I'm going to pray for you if you pry into their matters of faith. I haven't received the other letters, but this one looks good to me. If you have questions or concerns about this or any letter, I think the defensible thing to do, state them, move on the ones that are impervious, but respond to the ones that you have issues instead of stalling like you're currently doing. Thank you.
Thank you.